Hey guys, Zach here again with the 87 F350. I pulled my injectors out yesterday and all the return lines, everything, getting it ready for the swap. And I noticed something. Some of these are real wet. A couple of them sooty like they should look. But a lot of these, if I can get it to focus. Yeah, like this one. It's wet. This guy, dry because I already wire brushed him. I did a compression test on the cylinder and making good compression. Making good compression on a couple of them. Then I blew up my compression tester. Don't even want to go into that. That was just stupid of me. But this guy, he is the one that looks like he's been firing the most. But this was real dirty down here. All these other ones that were wet, they were leaking up past the copper guy. Well, this one had none. All right, I want to get into this. I don't even know what happened, but pulled the injectors out. This injector had no copper O-ring on it, and this one had two. So somebody had been tinkering on this and put it back together and really didn't know what they were doing. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I would never do this. This is ridiculous. And so that's going to throw things askew if it's missing the copper O-rings, or yeah, copper rings, I guess. This one's real fuely. And I'm trying to figure out why. Because you can tell, see, this glow plug was burning. This one was just wet. So there's obviously something going on here with the injection system. And I just don't want to buy a new pump, but you know, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this truck running because it's a cool little truck. I mean, cab's all rusted out, like you said. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now with the injectors, is they just look like crap. But I want to go into this. And I'm sure any of you diesel guys know exactly what this is. That's a CDR valve. And get rid of it, okay? Mine was bad. You can see all the oil mess. It was allowing oil down into my intake. And it was making it burn oil. So what I did a CDR delete mod. And basically I went to my local AutoZone and started looking through the sections of radiator hose. Found a radiator hose that fits perfectly snug, and I ran it down in between the engine and the transmission, and it's basically dumping right there. So what that's going to do is it's going to vent my crankcase pressure to the atmosphere instead of recycling all that carbon monoxide, oil, and all that other crap back into my engine. Now, some of you guys are going to say, oh, now you're going to start leaking oil. Well, we'll see what happens. If I do, I do. You know, I don't care. I'd rather leak oil than be burning it, you know. But it's real easy mod to do. All I did was I took one of the expandable rubber-style freeze plugs, put it in the hole down here on the intake where the CDR plugs in. All I got to do is get a 1-inch freeze plug with the expandable universal 1-to-1 an inch to 1 1/8. Plug this hole here where it plugs into the intake. And get rid of this. It's a diesel killer. 6.9s were notorious for head gasket problems because of the smaller head bolt studs. Well, I don't really think that's the problem. I think that the problem stems with the CDR valve getting clogged, creating back pressure. I mean, everything else. It's just a bad system because of emissions. And they didn't put it on the medium-duty trucks. They had what this is called a road draft tube. And they did that on the medium-duty trucks, but they wanted to meet emissions standards, so they put them on these big guys. And that's pretty stupid. Pretty stupid in my opinion. I don't care about the environment, really, because, you know, you guys are going to be like, oh, you're a dick. But I'm not, you know. I mean, what am I hurting? So that's where I'm at with this right now. I highly recommend that you delete your CDR valve if you love your truck, which I do, you know. So yeah, my injectors should be here today. If they're not, wow, just tripping over stuff. I'm gonna be pretty upset because it's been about time for them to get here. And I broke my mini bike. Yeah, the one that I was jumping. I didn't break it. Somebody did. Broke the swing arm. Just sheared it right off in the back. Got to weld up a new one. So yeah, I got a couple updates. That's also. Did another type of free mod on the truck. Took off this air restrictor plate in the air box. Look at that. Look how much bigger it makes it. You get a lot more airflow now. And I already got the exhaust is getting sorted out and whatnot, and yeah. So it's getting there. It's getting there slowly. Should have it running today if I get my injectors, you know, bleed the lines, what's a bling bling, all that stuff, and make sure I'm not leaking any more oil. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was just leaking a little bit around the valve cover because I didn't tighten the bolts up, you know, to a torque specification. I just tightened them till thought they were even because I'm lazy. You can't really even get a torque wrench back on these back ones anyways, because I got the big half-inch drive torque wrench because I'm a goof. So that's where I'm at. Again, getting there. Still looking for a new cab. Found a 89 E350 7.3 IDI, two-wheel drive, of course, automatic. It's the XLT extended one. Gonna be going to look at that here real soon. Needs a new flex plate. Guy just doesn't want to mess with it anymore, I guess. So I'm gonna go check it out and probably try to lowball the crap out of him and get it for as cheap as possible. Put a $116 flex plate in it, and maybe have a couple $1,000 van. I mean, it's got less rust than this truck does. And, you know, just keep it. It's already got shelves in it and tool storage, stuff like that. Exactly what I've been looking for, but I just needed something to haul wood. So I still got to build the wood sides for it too before wintertime and get a couple loads of wood. But I want to get them, like, you know, probably up a little bit higher. Then build a guy for the back with the, it's got like I'll get a piece of like angle iron and run some bolts through the side here, and, you know, have a back for it so I can load her down with wood, because, you know, why not, right? And trying to think of anything else I've done. Oh yeah, started working on the frame a little bit. Don't even know if you can sant it. Yeah, a little bit. There we go. Couldn't even get it into focus. Still working on my YouTube camera skills, but bear with me here. Yeah, but it was pretty bad. Really need to get some new leaf spring guys, because that one's just got some holes in it. But it's not bad. It's still real thick. It's just got 1, 2, 3 holes in it. But, you know, until I'm maxing the thing out, I don't really have to worry about that too much. Yeah, I'm not sure how replacing that's going to be. I'm just going to grind off the heads of these and beat it with a sledge till it comes off. And, you know, support the frame and everything. Take this guy out. And put some new leaf spring holders on. See how that goes, though. But thanks for watching if you watched it all. I doubt you did. I'm pretty boring. But yeah, that's the update of my truck. Gotta fix the mini bike. Just getting way too many projects built up. I bought this truck. Wasn't even supposed to be a project. Was supposed to put stinking new injectors in the thing and be done. But now there's more issues. I'm kind of thinking, if this injector issue doesn't solve it, that I've got failing lifters. And one of my exhaust lifters is not lifting up all the way, causing it to shoot air back through the intake because it hasn't fully released all of its compression when it goes back into its intake stage. So that would stink. But, you know, you just got to pull off pump, glow plug relay back there, you know, intake, and then this gasket here, this pan down here is actually all a gasket. And then you lift that. You should be able to lift that off, and then replace, you know, the lifters. I've never done lifters before, so this should be interesting. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now, guys. Thanks for watching.